Okay, day 154, Awan Brotherhood. This is version 3. Today I just wanted to talk about some other Awans, some other Awan Brotherhoods that happen to be in Springfield, Virginia. Same place where the Awans lived and same place they trapped their mother-in-law. Well, first of all, there's 22 different Awan companies that I've found, and they have this habit of going into business and then going out of business 16 months later, going into business, going out of business 16 months later. Of course, the most troublesome one is since they had top secret access in Congress, then selling routers back to the United States government as a contractor. That's probably the most worrisome of the contracts. But yeah, also lots of rental car centers and lots of home companies, 4 or 5 different home companies. And then there's this agro marketing that I said I would get back to. Agro marketing could be like selling, I don't know, mangoes or rice like Bill Clinton used to sell to Haiti. Rice used to be the old way of moving bulk opium, and then mangoes became the Lucky Luciano way of shipping refined heroin oranges, and now the heroin mangoes. So, if you don't remember the story, the stepmother said she was trapped here in the Springfield, Virginia home. The boys hacked the phone. The boys then fled to Pakistan when she called the cops. She said the boys cleaned out the father's cash. The boys have a lot of jihad on their websites and so forth. Let's see what else is in Virginia. Well, here is actually another Awan Brothers. And I'm sorry about the flicker because of the refresh rate on the LCD, but this Awan Brothers was incorporated in 2014, okay, in the District of Columbia. It's also in Springfield. Well, this is in the District of Columbia, but it's registered in Springfield, Virginia. Now, it's at a different address, but what I found interesting about this Awan Brothers was they were rice brokers. So that agro marketing, remember that company they created? It was agro marketing. Yeah, here it says rice. They were shipping in rice. Now, you're working in the Congress. You're working for 3 different reps at a time, making $160,000 a year. You've got 22 different car companies and mortgage companies, but yet you're also a rice broker. Well, I pulled actually Robin pulled these, great researcher. She pulled these 4 orders of the Awan Brothers for rice, and lo and behold, there are 16, these 4 orders, starting on this June 2014 day, there are 4 orders of rice, 16 months apart. Now, I'm not saying that they sold all their car companies back there on the previous page, took the money and then bought drugs with it and then sold it on the street. I'm not saying that they left all their creditors holding the bag and then used the receivables to purchase and leverage their drug purchases. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there is an odd coincidence in dates for when the Awan Brothers started up their companies, and this Awan Brothers, a separate corporation in Washington, D.C., also bought rice at the same times. Interestingly enough, there's another Awan Brothers that is based in Newark, New Jersey, where the mosque is, where the celebrating of folks of the 9/11 were. And oh, by the way, that mosque, they ordered a whole bunch of martial arts stuff. That's interesting, maybe not related to the Awan Brothers. But here's another Awan Brothers, Awan Brothers Pharma, which is, as I mentioned before, in Punjab, Pakistan. Okay, and what do? Well, they're importing the casings, the plastic used for casings for pills, and I won't go into the long chemical name, and they're exporting supposedly animal drugs. So the good thing about exporting animal drugs is it doesn't go through the FDA, it goes through the USDA. If you had a facility, let's say like the Gulan schools that was next to an FAA and a USDA, you could clear all your drugs for animals and you could clear all your mangoes as well as your rice through that USD FAA location near the Gulan school. Interestingly enough, again, Springfield, Virginia here, Springfield, Virginia, the Awans also have a scrap metal network for destroying laptops and other computer equipment. That's interesting. Now, what if there was a group, and I'll go to this in my next slide, but I'll just say here that this is where the Gulan School is right here, if you don't remember. Here's where O'Hare Airport is. Here's all of Hillary's emails with, a focus on mangoes with Haiti, India, Pakistan, and Mexico. Here's where that USDA facility and FAA facility is here. Remember, the records were gone. I can't find the records. They were burned down by a guy who committed suicide, but he forgot to commit suicide. But he did burn the FAA records. And here we go. Here's the 20 burglaries. What was stolen? Laptops. Were they destroyed? I don't know. Did they send them to a scrapbroker? Who knows? But again, there's a smoking gun here with a lot of Awan corporations. Did they have top secret access? Did they steal equipment? These are not my articles. They're other reporters at major magazines. Here's a server. After I got this data off the server, I could use my own company, my own Awan Brothers company, to scrap that computer and destroy the contents of that computer. It almost seems like a business set up for cycling spies through Washington, D.C. Every part of their needs are taken care of, all the way through getting a home, getting a car, getting a laptop, getting a login, because remember, Omar works on the House Human Relations or Human Resources program called PeopleSoft, so he can get people jobs as they come through. Again, ties to terrorism, ties to people doing organ harvesting in Iran. Again, not only are these guys bringing rice in, they have time to do the computers and so forth, but they also have time to hire people in Texas. And we have people who are doctors who are on the VA that are associated with people who have access to Department of Homeland Security information, all these folks here. I wonder if this is related to the old Awan Brothers International Trading Company, the ones that have the Toyota dealerships in Pakistan and the LCC router company in Pakistan, as well as connections to the Lightbridge Communications here in Virginia. Who knows? Wouldn't that be amazing if they let the old Awan Brothers General Trading Company just persist after Amjad Awan was arrested for 12 years of drug laundering? I think that would be pretty cheeky, but it looks like that may be exactly what happened. Again, the need now for transparency is greater than ever. Publish the metadata. This will not violate state secrets. Publish the metadata of Hillary and Huma's server, as well as the Awan Brothers server. Investigate where they took that data. Now more than ever, it looks like this is funding a group, not just the Awan Brothers, but the Awan Brothers could be about 111 spies that were trained by ISI that were brought into the United States and cycled through the United States for various jobs, for various liaison operations for Andrew McCabe. And I'll prove that number 111 in the next video.